Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's more likely to talk big than actually go far in his career. Even though he may sound very confident and paint grand pictures of success, he rarely sticks to the grind or puts in consistent effort. You might notice he's always planning, but seldom finishing what he starts.
Can he bounce back from failure?
He tends to break down rather than bounce back when things go wrong at work. If faced with a setback, he might lose his temper quickly, snap at people, or withdraw into himself for days. You might notice he gets easily overwhelmed and can even stop trying for a while.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work might find him difficult and often end up fighting with him. He doesn't care much about being polite and can come off as harsh or blunt, which makes teamwork tough. When he's upset, he can get loud or snappy, causing arguments and tension.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do very well in your career, he might end up feeling insecure rather than proud. At first, he could act distant or give short, blunt comments instead of cheering for you. Instead of celebrating your achievements, he may focus on his own feelings or withdraw for a while.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, he's likely to feel insecure and may secretly resent you. He might not speak about it directly, but you'll feel it in his mood and see it in the way he talks or behaves. It won't be easy for him to celebrate your achievements without protecting his own ego.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He handles money carefully and likes things to be neat and planned. He will probably keep track of his expenses, avoid waste, and stick to budgets rather than spending for fun. You may notice he prefers saving and planning for future needs. And he may even get upset if someone tries to mess with his system.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives a life he can afford and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. You won't see him showing off or trying to impress people with expensive things just for pride. He's unlikely to borrow or spend beyond his means, and he values order over flashiness.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is kind with his heart, often showing care and concern for people. But when it comes to money, he tends to be quite tight. He will think carefully before spending and won't easily give away or lend money, even to close ones. His support comes more in the form of compassion and advice rather than gifts or cash.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He likes to keep things clear and orderly with money, so he's not the secretive type. You can expect him to be open about his finances, sharing details and having straightforward talks. So you'll always know where you stand with him regarding money, even if he wants things done his way.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes housework should be shared and wants things to be organized at home. You won't find him ignoring messes or pushing all chores onto you. Instead, he'll likely make lists, plan who does what, and get involved himself to keep the house neat.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to help by supervising rather than getting his hands dirty with chores and diapers. He prefers to tell you how things should be done, pointing out steps or making lists instead of doing the actual work himself. Sometimes he might step in if things aren't up to his standards, but you'll notice he gives instructions more than real help.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is more likely to argue to prove he's right than to truly understand your side. When there's a disagreement, he gets stubborn and pushes hard to show his point, even if it means raising his voice or getting upset. He may not easily see things from your view unless you repeat yourself or keep calm.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he may say hurtful things or act aggressive instead of staying respectful. He can lose his cool quickly, raising his voice, making sharp or rude remarks, and sometimes slamming things or storming off. Be careful, his anger is strong and you might feel shaken by how he acts.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, and this is a red flag you should not ignore. Quick temper means you may face sudden shouting, harsh words, or even frightening arguments with little warning. No matter how charming or smart he is, living with frequent anger is tough for anyone.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry and take responsibility when something goes wrong. Instead, he tends to blame you or others, trying to explain away his mistake rather than admit it openly. This can make it difficult to solve issues together and can leave you feeling unheard.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may struggle to respect your boundaries and does not always understand that no means no. When you set a limit or say no, he can push back, argue, or try to convince you to change your mind rather than accepting it calmly. Sometimes he becomes forceful or keeps asking until you feel pressured.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is the kind of man who takes it personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding or giving you space, he might react with sulking, anger, or harsh remarks, making you feel guilty or pressured. Remember, your comfort should always come first, no matter how he reacts.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
It's wise to be cautious because he might not handle private moments with care and respect. If there's an argument later, he could bring up personal things you shared, use them against you, or embarrass you with harsh comments. This can make you feel unsafe opening up or worried about future arguments.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is generally faithful and not easily distracted by other women. You won't find him flirting or chasing after others openly. His attention tends to stay on one person at a time. While he may have his own flaws, stepping out or being untrue isn't one of them.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he shows signs of being overpossessive, acting jealous, controlling, and sometimes suspicious. He may question where you go, who you talk to, or try to set rules about your friendships and daily life. If you spend time with others or get attention, he could get upset and start arguments.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what looks like a protective nature is more likely to be a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's looking out for you, but his actions often cross the line, setting strict rules, making decisions for you, and not trusting your choices. Instead of feeling safe, you could feel trapped or pressured.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will expect you to do most of the parenting work rather than seeing it as a true team effort. While he may set rules or give advice, he's less likely to join in with daily tasks or share responsibilities equally. You might feel like you're being managed instead of helped, with him telling you how things should be done but not pitching in.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. He reacts quickly, sometimes by raising his voice, scolding harshly, or showing strong frustration. Instead of talking things through gently or comforting them, his words and actions can come across as angry and impatient.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He may help you with rules and routines at home, but he struggles to fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. When you want time for yourself, your career, or your interests, he often feels threatened or pulls back, acting distant or even upset. It's important to protect your own dreams and well being in this kind of relationship.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might seem supportive of your career in the beginning, but could later ask you to quit after you have a child. He values control and order, and his support can change quickly once family routines take over. Don't ignore those early signals. Think about your long term dreams and talk clearly about what you both expect so your own path stays safe and respected.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface with your parents rather than showing real warmth. His manner will be formal and correct but not friendly or affectionate. You may notice that he follows social rules and respects elders but doesn't go out of his way to build a genuine bond or make your parents feel truly welcome. He is more likely to expect your family to change for him rather than trying to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse than handle it calmly. When faced with tension, he can get upset quickly, speak harshly, or say things that add fuel to the fire. Be prepared for drama and strong words, as calm patience isn't his strong suit in family conflicts.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might act modern with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. When it's just the two of you, he may seem flexible or supportive, but when family is around, he wants you to follow customs, dress modestly, and behave according to old fashioned rules. If that balance feels unfair, it's important to speak up and decide what you're truly comfortable with.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with them rather than clearly supporting you. He doesn't enjoy dealing with messy or emotional situations, so he might keep quiet or avoid taking sides to protect his own comfort. You may need to rely on your own strength and not expect strong backup from him in these moments.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He does show traits of a mummy's boy and is unlikely to choose your side in a conflict with his mother. When disagreements happen, he tends to support his mother's views or stay neutral, even if you are hurt or need him to speak up for you. It's important to notice this early. As always, being second in his priorities can lead to long term frustration and heartache.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share details of your fights and private life with his mother or his sister. This means your personal moments won't always stay between just the two of you, and things you hoped would be private could become family gossip. It can make trust difficult and create more tension, as it shows he isn't fully loyal to your privacy.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, after all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Being in a relationship with this man, day in and day out, can feel like living on pins and needles. The rules are tight and routines come first with not much room for laughter or relaxed moments.